I was fighting so hard to make this my everyday device, and now look at this. I have to carry this thing again, and not the MacBook, but the MacBook. But this is for editing purposes only, okay? There are no emails allowed on this one here. Bad setup for carry-on luggage. We don't do the AMA anymore, but there are some questions in the comments, or I think this one was via Instagram from Jeremiah from India. And he was actually asking like, what keyboard do I use? And I don't know if this relates to my foldable keyboard I use for the phone. That's a Microsoft foldable keyboard, 50 bucks that I attached because I most of the times use the phone. But it also relates to the virtual keyboard actually I use here, and I thought why not make a video like how I use my phone and do that, because it was very helpful on YouTube when I saw that with some other guys. As you know, I'm a big fan of Android. I also like iOS, but Android you can customize it a bit, and I like that you can make it much faster performance-wise, because you can actually customize the screen. And since I use the phone for almost everything, I don't have any notifications. So stuff you see here is most likely from new apps that I just installed, and I actually deactivate that once I see that. All the other things are like hidden away. I just have the start screen and it's empty, and it's a picture in this case of me and my daughter, and that's a very important sentence from a guy who trained us in negotiation training. He said, never give up your willingness to walk away. It's the most important thing in a negotiation. That's a good reminder, and I said like you don't need to tattoo that on your arm, because you more often look on your phone screen than anywhere else, like 250 times a day. Some people do, I heard that. I think MP is that statistics. But most of us way more than 100 times. Then I have the most important apps down here that I use, which is WhatsApp, definitely Slack, that's our internal communication, my phone directly connected. The cloud search, I can search through all the files we have, which is in my case like 25 terabyte of files, so I could easily search something here and say, could I search an old video? I know, for example, I made a video in Canada in 2002, and I want to give that to MP, search everything, and then it finds everything, and here you see that's the movie I was looking for in like a couple of 100,000 files, and I have it right away at a fingertip, so one search away. So that's why these apps are so important to have them here. But most of the stuff, actually everything, I launched through Quick Launcher, which I installed Nova Launcher, which is an app you can install as a launcher. So when I press the home key, I told Nova Launcher to open the app search. And the cool thing is, I just hit that and I start typing, let's say Instagram. Insta, and press enter, and then I'm on Instagram. Open Twitter. Open Sixt My Driver, which we currently use. Open Eurowings. So stuff you usually don't use so often, so it's always faster to do it that way than to search through your folders. It's exactly the same on your desktop or laptop. It's always faster to go through the search. So when I ever take an iPhone, I never actually swipe through the apps. I always go through search.
Let's open the app overview and search for Lufthansa.
Okay, Lufthansa. And then I need to think of, it's L and yellow, so it's here. So it's always slower to go through that than through Lufthansa enter. Always. That's why I did that, and I really love that. It's, as I said, Nova Launcher, and it's really fast. And it actually reminds of the last apps that you've been using, and it also tells you which are the apps that you use most of the time. And here you actually see I'm a heavy YouTuber, of course, a heavy WhatsApper, but I also use Chrome and Notes and Spotify quite often. That's how I launched that stuff. Other apps that I use, let's go through that. Our client About You for shopping reasons, 1Password definitely, because this is the app that encrypts the passwords I was talking about. I do a lot of movies with Adobe Clip. So when I just have my phone with me, I actually also on vacations, I just make a quick video and edit that video completely here in the app. So it's quite easy to actually do that. You can add another video from the device. You can add music, then you mix it, you like color grade it, and then you export it in quite a decent quality. And that's pretty cool for making movies on the go with editing. Like, as I said, like full family movies I made here. Adobe Scan is a very good scanner app. Adobe Spark is for social media posts, Airbnb, Alexa, Amazon, nothing fancy. I love Audible. Certain books I hear all the time through Audible. Google Authenticator for two-step verification, very important thing, the condom of the internet. We use the Campervan app for looking for spots on our Huma tour. Car sharing apps, ticket apps, nothing fancy. What is fancy? DocuSign, let me see here. Filmic Pro, a very good camera app. I use Gmail, not Inbox. I don't know, it's faster, I think, so that's why I use it, but I don't mail too often. What else do we have? Philips Hue for home, Instagram TV. I actually never used Instagram TV. Should we deinstall Instagram TV? I think we deinstall that. I deinstall a lot of apps I don't use, actually. So once I don't use anything, I just deinstall it. Insight Timer, didn't use that in such a while. I deinstalled it. It's just wasting space in my mind if I have that, if I see that. And then I actually use apps from time to time. So for example, I'm currently looking for the bus that we want to like buy for the company. So then I install an app for searching cars or buses for that moment. But if I don't need it, I delete it again. Copper, in the former days called ProsperWorks, very important for our CRM, so for the contacts in the company. So whenever I search a person, I can like find it here. There are like, I don't know, 11, 15,000, I don't know, people in there. So most likely, if I need a certain number, I find it here. Retouch, MP showed me that. With Retouch, you can actually work on photos and take stuff away. Ryanair, secret folder, I encrypt stuff. I think that's important on your phone. Snapseed, I really love that photo app. VSCO and Snapseed are my two main favorite photo apps. With VSCO you have great filters, MP showed me that. It's worth it to pay the money. Snapseed is good for like details in the picture to brighten. Trello, I didn't use Trello in really long time. Let's kick that off. Microsoft Teams is for our clients. Voicemail, I hate voicemail. Should I delete voicemail? No, I actually have a message that says send me a WhatsApp message, that's okay. YouTube Kids, very important trick for the parents here. If your kids watch YouTube from time to time, I know very good parents don't do that, but bad things sometimes happen, and it happens that your kids want to watch YouTube. There is a certain app that YouTube built, I think 6 months ago, for parents. It's called YouTube Kids. And it doesn't waste your YouTube channel, like what you watched and so on, and you can have profiles for your kids and say who's watching, and then I can switch profiles, and it actually suggests movies that are just for kids. And I can also say I like that channel or don't like that video, and then they can watch it and you'll be fine with that, because on the normal YouTube you would have a suggestion for adult content. I hope that helps. Well, YouTube Music, I never use that, so let's deinstall that. Zoho is our invoicing tool, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I try to like focus on what I really need and no fancy shit, and I try to make it and keep it fast. And I have an unlimited data plan, which makes sense in my case because I then download frequently apps again and again, and like that definitely helps. Well, anything else, MP? MP, what do you think? You do the keynotes, I do the filming and editing.
No.
Why not? You heard it so many times.
No way.
like you go there, I give you the leather jacket. Headphones are always very important. Okay, telephone. And I just realized how hard it is to autofocus. So what do you think? I mean, self-focusing mode doesn't work here. So, what do you think? Should we give it a try tomorrow? Let us know.